Welcome back to the Raventape Drive-in. I'm your host, Mr. Raventape, and tonight's showing is Splatterhouse again.
Interesting place. Who's the architect? Edgar Allan Poe?
You don't have to come.
Oh, and leave you alone in there with Dr. Weird?
Okay, so he's a little eccentric, but he asked for me specially, remember?
Gee, I wonder why. Hey!
Another one from my collection. Rick Taylor, the man behind the mask. That's the story I want to get. Maybe one day I'll get one where you look like you're having fun.
Oh, but it has been fun.
Phase 7. Scream Park. Everything's just dandy.
This is a corrupted place of power.
Maybe someone built this place on the wrong piece of Earth. Maybe something bad happened here once. Don't take much for something good to go bad.
I'm all for one when horror movies make a carnival of the horror setting. There was a horror movie called Funhouse. I think it had a cameo from Robert Englund in it at the start. It was sort of like in a giant haunted house sort of situation where people were actually getting stage roles and stuff like that, like fake kills. People were actually getting properly done in. It was an interesting concept.
30 seconds, and so far nothing's tried to tear out our liver. Trust me, that is a good sign. Maybe there's nothing here. Maybe.
Well, there's always a silver lining in every cloud, isn't there?
The rules are simple. The task is anything but. Use the projectiles provided. Twice as they spin.
Oh, 2x4. Handy. Let's do some fucking carpentry.
It seems simple enough so far.
Or maybe not.
Oh shit, clowns. It kind of reminds me of The Devil's Rejects, the
Let's do this.
Rob Zombie film. What was it, Captain Spaulding? Where he says to the kid in the car when he's threatening, well, not threatening, but hijacking the car. Ask the question, why are you afraid of clowns? Don't we make you laugh? Actually, I gotta admit, it's good to see some sort of new monster design. Like the rest of them have sort of been here and there. A little variety doesn't hurt occasionally. That breathing fire is going to get annoying though. But they splatter like the rest of them. Ha 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 ha. Oh, they breakdance too. They're multi-skilled in the arts of entertainment. In between trying to set you on fire. Are we done?
Rules are simple. The task is anything but. Use the projectiles to fire. Knock down
Or maybe not.
as they spin.
No, we're done. Down in the comment section, leave a comment where describing your favorite rendition of a haunted carnival, be a movie or video game. I'm interested to see what people come up with.
Kill him, Ricky boy, and quick. I demand some animal.
It's as if we're on a date or something. Jeez. Baseball bat's not a bad prize. What's next? It's not a sort of prize I would want to win. I think he sort of teleported on that.
Step up to the plate, Rick, baby.
Can I get out of here? Thank you. That baseball bat breaking sounded like a 2x4 breaking. Probably use the same sound for those sort of weapons breaking anyway.
I could say I wasn't really enjoying this. Lion!
Yes, you. Do you have what it takes?
Oh, 2x4. Handy.
You really get off on this, don't you? The only thing you seem to enjoy is causing pain.
Sure, you're being all noble and heroic to save Jen, but, did you ever tell her about that little psychology sophomore you got it on with last Halloween?
I was drunk. You don't think I regret that?
See? If a square Joe like you can do something bad once, then don't it follow that something like me can be capable of doing something good? Duality, see? That's what I'm talking about.
He's got a point there. Because we're all, I guess, free will, that's a whole conversation I don't really want to get into, but because we act one way all the time doesn't mean we can do the right thing or a bad thing occasionally. And I never got that stuffed toy either.
Help me, Rick.
So I've got to ask, how have you guys been enjoying this so far? Oh, I hated that back in the day when you'd go to
Strength, Rick!
anyway, I'd hate that when you go back in the day when you go to a carnival or a circus or something that had rides, and you're when you're younger and you wanted to ride a roller coaster or even theme parks, a roller coaster or a huge over-the-top ride or something, and there was like, no, you're not tall enough to ride. I understand safety reasons, but being a kid, there is some sort of disappointment there. I remember going to, I think it was like Universal. I'm sure there was like a Universal theme park. It had the James Bond ride. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I remember the James Bond ride and
Well,
the...
since we're being so open and honest, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying this.
At least he's honest. And the other ride I can remember is there was a Titanic ride. Oh, the Tunnel of Love. Doesn't make sense they'd be...
Oh God. Get away!
No, it's not Jen.
Now that's art.
That's one way to clear out a room real quick. Come on, we've done this before. Let's do it again. Come on. Try and squash me.
Hit him harder.
Not really much in the way of patterns, is there? It doesn't really mix it up much. That was the one thing about playing like Dark Souls, where you'd take on one of the bosses in it and you'd learn one pattern and yet they would start changing it up, so you always had to sort of think on your feet when it came to those situations.
You know you like it, Rick.
Oh, so speaking about Dark Souls, I was never game to take on that dragon on the bridge just to get that sword. I know there was some out there, but first time playing through it, it always seemed like a death sentence to me.
I love this ride.
Even though I've been to a few theme parks, or amusement parks, carnivals, and stuff like that, I've never actually got onto a haunted house ride, where you sit in the tracks and you go through a spooky setting and stuff like that. I don't know why, but the idea of going through something and coming out not really that scared, yeah.
Hey, dick face. Let's do this.
Nope. Whenever he does this, I think of like the schoolyard. Why are you hitting yourself? You know, it'd be interesting to know what the hell happened at this theme park or amusement park, whatever you want to call it. Like, what set it off to become this? I know he gave some sort of reasons at the beginning of the level, but I don't know, I kind of want to know the story about this. Nope, glitching through the wall. It's all good. I'll never get over the understanding why they have a turtleneck. We're done, right? Now that's just being cheeky. Holy shit, they... What? They explode now? Fuck. Ow. You know, there was one thing I'd wish it was sort of a part of the game where when you did that siphon, like gain blood from the monsters to boost yourself. I wish that when you did it to not so many the main bosses, but like a mini boss like the guy up ahead, that it actually affected their health. Because that would be an interesting technique, I guess, to get through some of them, or at least weaken them.
You know, you got a good head on your shoulders.
I don't know why he tries and push forwards. Why wouldn't you just roll out of it?
Help me, Rick.
Jenny, I'm coming. The thing.
Alright, that one's on me. Let me guess. Yeah.
I love this ride.
When did checkpoints become a commonplace in video games anyway? I know I've said in the past that I've been playing games since I was a kid, but when did it actually become a common thing that to see checkpoints more often in games? Is there an exact game that came out that implemented this sort of thing, or was it just a thing over time? No more than the other ones. Oh shit. Finally got one over me. So if everything goes to plan this Friday, my time, it might be Thursday for you, it might be Saturday for you, it might even be Wednesday. But in my time, Friday, my time, I'll be starting, not this week, next week I'll be starting a new series. And I've probably spoiled what happens at the end of this week with the Serious Sam. But I thought I'd give you a heads up on that. I'll probably mention it during the Serious Sam when I play that next. Right, we're good now. Let us through. Actually, that's not a bad design of... I'm assuming that's Satan. I was hoping I'd just go straight through, but oh well. I'm not having any luck here, am I? Come on, he just wants a hug.
Bravo! He's gonna feel that. Beautiful!
The load times in this are sometimes ridiculous, but it's like I gotta kind of remind myself it's the processing
Kenny,
power.
I'm coming.
I'm playing this on Xbox 360. It is not as quick as say the PS4, Xbox One, or even the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
Said it was a girl.
Wait, what?
Hey, you think I care? We're both men of the world. You cheated on your girlfriend. Me, I've helped exterminate whole civilizations. You think what you did matters?
It matters to me. I let Jen down that night. I can't let her down again. Not now. Not ever.
Oh, that's great. Now can we get back to the zombie pounding?
Like a ground pound? Yeah, well I can't go back.
Perhaps we shall never know the full story of the West.
Did he mention the West Mansion?
Never met a clown I didn't want to beat the living fuck out of. Let's make a mess. What do you say?
Not exactly a feeling I share, but people who suffer from the fear of clowns, I can understand that. Yeah, it brings up interesting questions too. Is like, how do they survive?
I said good day, son.
How do these monsters survive if the entire population is being wiped out? Like, assuming this is since we've gone through a portal, this is another version of, I guess, Earth that lost out to the eclipse. So,
Make up supper.
how do they survive? I know it's dumb to think of these things, but it's like, it's an interesting question for the most part. Shit. They look like they were inspired from the, what's the story from Lovecraft? Dagon. Is that with the Innsmouth?
Now you're getting it, Rico.
Because I can see them taking some sort of inspiration from the design of the Lovecraft and like that you mentioned in the beginning. Is it Eager or Agra or Allan Poe anyway. I know the mascot for this theme park. I know the similarities he shares, but I'm not going to mention them. It makes you think of the Nintendo Wii game, Mad World, when you see blood just scattered across the floor like that. You think of that sort of game. Well, I do anyway. It's one of those things of just pure insanity where it's like a very comic book game. But unfortunately, it's one of those games where if you're playing it, you know where your character is at all times, more or less. But if you're watching it, after a while, everything just eventually just blends into itself because of the art style. But now, don't get me wrong, the art style is brilliant in it, and it's an excellent choice for a game to stand out like that. It doesn't do the eyes any good when you're just watching it. There's always something bigger.
What is that?
Does it matter what it is? Just kill it.
I can see as this game goes along, I can imagine there's going to be a lot more less minions and a lot more not boss fights, but mini bosses, I guess. Is that what I think it is?
Nice one. 2x4. Handy. Let's do some fucking carpentry.
Oh no.
You know, I've seen sphincters before, and there's another one.
That seems like it belongs on a different website entirely.
What an asshole. Phase 8. Reflections in Blood. You're wondering how I know so much about the corrupted. Oh, I know that. For an eternity, I was their slave. I escaped the abyss through a crack the width of a white lie. Right now, the biggest threat to this world is me. Let's keep it that way.
Wait, hang on. He used to serve them? Then how did he get in contact? Or how did they reach out to him? Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. You can't go wrong with the shotgun. Nope. Shit. Well, that ended quickly, didn't it? Maybe that wasn't the right choice. You know that clown laugh? I know it seems...
Phase 8.
Was that the chainsaw?
Reflections in blood.
Another bug in the system, I assume. But like I was going to say, that laugh the clown does,
You're wondering how
it reminds me so much of the Joker, Mark Hamill's Joker.
I escaped the abyss through a crack the width of a white lie. Right now, the biggest threat to this world is me. Let's keep it that way.
Right, now we've got an excuse to hear that wonderful sound. I see your flame breath and I raise you one. It makes it very trivial, doesn't it, to use this? Right, round 2. Let's do this right. Oop, wasted around there, but oh well.
We all have secrets, Rick. We're all wearing masks. Even Jennifer. Just remember, beneath the makeup, below the porcelain, smooth skin, behind those eyes so deep you could drown, there's a hollow, bleached white skull, and it's laughing at you.
That's a way to describe someone. Thought he was going to reveal one of her dirty secrets or something. Okay. A maze. This is fun.
him take me. You pussy. Stay with me, Rick. Stay with me forever.
Oh, shit, I gotta make my choice. Alright. Let's see.
Stay with me, Rick.
Nope, wrong choice. She took. Ow. No.
Rick, I trusted you.
Well, it was a 50-50 choice. What are you going to expect?
You pussy.
Guess that's the only way.
I'd do anything for you, Rick.
Right, so it was left. Not left again. At least I got another picture. Ow.
Go back, Rick. Save yourself.
Okay. Left, straight.
You're pathetic.
Oh, I got that one straight off. So left, straight, right.
Rick,
Nope.
he's hurting me. Rick, I trusted you.
Okay.
Go back, Rick. Save yourself.
Exactly. So it's left, straight, right. And it's not left again after that, so it has to be neither straight or right. Sorry, I keep repeating myself. I'm trying to memorize this.
Help me, Rick. Save
Yeah, we've seen that already.
Rick, he's hurting me. I'd do anything for you, Rick. You pussy.
Let's try straight first.
You're pathetic.
I'm not good with these 50-50 choices, am I? What? Brain lapse there.
You know, that went by way too fast.
Right, nothing there. Wait, I can't get through. It looks like it's still blocking me.
Go back, Rick. Save yourself. Sucker!
What the? Oh, hold on a second. The game just soft locked itself? Are you kidding me? Oh, bear with me for a sec. Right, let's try this again and hope for no soft locks. So it's Left, straight, right, right. I know games can soft lock themselves, but that was ridiculous. But then playing this at the moment, there have been multiple bugs, sound bugs,
Anything for you, Rick.
well, soft locking right there. It hasn't been too bad. I've played a few games,
Go back, Rick. Save yourself.
and I'm sure you can think of a couple yourself, where things just are just so written that it's game breaking. Thankfully, hopefully,
Stay with me, Rick.
good. It's not. It doesn't prevent you from finishing the game.
Well, we took a wrong turn. Let's double back.
Hold on, this is not Evil Within. Why are we going in the mirror world for?
We all have our demons, Rick. It's time to face yours.
Where are we?
Unfortunately, mine know how to
Silver
swim.
side of the mirror.
It's so cold.
Oh, sick. Can I just point out that that mask design is brilliant? It's kind of what I pictured that. I know we're using the Terror mask at the moment. I'm assuming the other mask, once you finish the game, is unlocked. And it's I'm hoping it'll be something like that. That'd be really cool.
Make up supper!
Yeah, it didn't work there. It's an interesting concept of fighting yourself, isn't it?
Now you're getting it, Rick.
Mm-hmm. Ow. At least they don't all have like big health bars to work your way through.
Okay, this is more like it.
And out he comes again. Oh shit. Tit for tat. I remember playing this when I first got it, back when I was a teenager. I remember this fight being brutally hard. Now, I'm probably jinxing myself saying that. Hopefully not. But I remember getting so frustrated on this part.
Gotcha, bitch.
As you can see, I'm getting used to using the dodge button more often now. For better or worse.
In the morning or now.
Ah, so he's transformed into the, I guess, mask version of me. God damn, he hits hard, don't he?
Bravo!
I like how the game has evolved now that even now Rick is getting in on the insults. Okay, this is probably the part where I've probably jinxed myself. I'll slowly regret this. It seems they're doing more damage to me than I am to them. Wasn't the, now I think about it, wasn't the sponsor for this game Global? The shoe brand? I don't know what just made me think of it. I think it was because in one of the cutscenes they showed a low-res version of the Globe logo. Yeah, the Globe logo on the back of his shoes. They came out with a special edition pair of shoes, didn't they? Keep pressing the wrong button. Not this time. Finally, get my chance. This brings a whole new meaning to beating yourself up.
There's a whole shitload of 7 years bad luck coming your way.
He started it.
Eclipse.
The third of 5 eclipses. Different times, different places. Lining up one by one like the tumblers in a combination lock. The ritual decrees that blood be let in the shadow of each eclipse.
The blood of a virgin?
Hardly, Rick. Hardly.
Oh, what the hell? Let's go for another one.
Hey, afterwards, when you get done here, I thought maybe we could have a little you and me time. Yeah, there's this little restaurant down by the river. It's nothing fancy, but...
Sounds like a plan, Professor.
yeah, I sure hope so.
Looked like Rick had some big plans that night.
Phase 9. The Ruined Heart.
From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Arkham, 1756.
Was it only 4 years ago that I first stepped ashore at Boston Harbor with my beloved bride, Lenora, at my side?
She is dead now.
Taken by cholera.
The surgeon's hands saved hundreds in the outbreak that swept through the colonies. Yet I failed to prevent the death of my own wife. Tonight, God willing, I will join her. I leave my estate to the people of Arkham. This mansion has become a house of horror. In time, may it become known as a place of healing and stand as a memorial to her beauty and grace. L'amour triomphe de l'amour.
A house of horrors. I think to agree, that's an understatement for what this place has turned into. Now thinking about it, considering that they've got a lot of Lovecraft influence in this game, I have to think that I'm probably not the only one who thinks this, but the fact that his name is Dr. West, I wonder if he has adopted that from was it Herbert West from Reanimator? One of Jeffrey Combs' bestest roles ever. Did you know that movie was turned into a stage play? I've only seen highlights or clips here and there of it. I'd love to sit down and actually watch it. Oh, another good film with Jeffrey Combs in it would be From Beyond.
Get some. What the hell's the matter? Oh, let's go.
Yep. Bit of a bug there. Let's try that again. It's almost as I'm trying to break this game. Just gotta wait for the game to catch up. Does anybody know if any of the monster designs in this was influenced by Lovecraft at all? Or were they all originals? Except for those ones that look like Innsmouthers. I think they got the terminal. I think that's what you call them. God damn it, I'm stuck in the corner. Let me out.
It seems the good Lord is not yet ready to forgive my sins. For as I lay at the threshold to the eternal abyss, an angel spoke to me. His message: she doesn't have to die. I returned from that dark place with knowledge of a means by which to arrest time's advances upon the flesh, and the promise that, God willing, science might one day restore Lenora to life.
2x4. Handy.
I'm sure it wasn't an angel. Oh, I missed you guys.
Boy, Ricky.
Is it just... Oh no, I was going to say, is it just me or do they seem to be backing away? Letting their friend take the hits while they figure out what to do next.
Yes! Where's this angel? Get you some! Maybe now's your chance.
Yeah, I know I'm not talking much in this one, but it's basically just rinse and repeat now with this game. It's nice to have the narration of the Dr. West through this part so far. It's kind of given an idea of what maybe drove him to the corrupted.
From the Journal of Dr. Henry West. For every year I've spent in West Mansion, my rational mind tells me
Shit,
it was
just
a
interrupted
delusion
by Dr.
born
West.
of the laudanum I took, nothing more. And yet, the apparition had spoken the truth. She lies perfectly preserved now, serene as if sleeping like some princess in a grim tale. She shall sleep enough for the both of us. I must go to work. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West.
Thank you, Dr.
For every
West.
year I've spent in West Mansion, I've spent several more traveling the world in search of knowledge. I don't worry at leaving my home unoccupied for so long. The things that roam its grounds and lie in wait within its walls will deter any unwelcome guests.
I guess they don't get along with each other then. That's probably answers my question from early on when I was talking about the clowns and how they survive. They probably just feed on each other.
Hit him hard! Now you're getting it, Rico. His insides should be on the outside.
Actually, his design reminds me of something. Oh, it was in one of the earlier Star Wars movies. Oh, there has to be an expert of the species in Star Wars out there. I'm sure it reminds me of something from that.
Nice action. After watching it, spend a lot of lonely nights on the internet.
Don't kink shame. Some people enjoy that. Not the pulling part, but you know what I mean.
Nice one.
You know, out of all these mini bosses that were coming past, I have to admit this one has to be probably the easiest. He just teleported away.
From the Journal of
Okay.
Dr. Henry West, Georgia, 1864. Almost a century has passed since I began my search. I've seen wars, famine, empires rise and fall, and so much suffering. Now at last, my journey is over. At last, I have the means to restore my beloved to life.
Alright, great. Another door guardian.
Bravo!
I don't think you can feed these guys to it.
Gotcha, bitch!
Is it just me, or is he using... Is it using the lamps off the wall or the ground as eyeballs to see? It really is. That's actually a pretty good touch.
Keep it coming! I could say I wasn't going to.
So, is there anything else going to happen now? Oh, here we go. Hang on a second, I can't touch them? Hang on, what? Oh, that's awesome. He can still go through them though. I don't know how I feel about that. To me, that seems a bit cheap. Trying to circle them so I can catch a good chunk of them in one go. No, I can't even... Ah, see, charge punches work.
Get some.
Alright, now we can feed this door guardian.
Get in there, you bastard!
Like I said, I don't know if that's cheap or not, the whole idea that these... you can't touch them.
Don't worry, you won't get lonely.
Come on, give me another one.
You go!
Oh! Did I get them all? Oh, I missed a couple of them. It's like 10-pin bowling. You want to go for a strike, you always get a split. Oh, now that's annoying.
Don't worry, you won't get lonely.
So this is what it looks like inside a door guardian, eh? Not exactly what I was expecting. I'm getting flashbacks of, was it Gears of War 1 where you had to go into the tunnels? Yeah, I think it was Gears of War 1, wasn't it? Yeah, that's a flashback from my gaming past. I'm always double checking to see if pause works with these loading, loading or, you know, invisible walls. Just to make sure it's not soft locking itself again. That worked. I'm hoping we don't keep running into these guys too much. Otherwise I don't know. Don't know why I'm complaining about it, but it's just... I think it's because I think it's a little cheap, that's all. That's just taking eye surgery to the next level. Ah, it's finally some... Ooh, that's getting close. What I mean by that is likely I will have to blur that. Get off me. Alright, first mini boss. Got two, I'm sorry. I don't know, when it comes... So, to me, this would be classified as a beat 'em up, for the most part. And I don't know... To me, it always seems like a balancing act, where you can either flood the screen with enemies that take 1-2 punches and they're gone, making it difficult that way, or you have enemies that take a lot more punishment but less on the field. So, to me, it's a balancing act of what a good beat 'em up would be like. You don't, I guess it goes for a lot of games, you don't want them too difficult. But you don't want to fly through the game and have it finished that afternoon, you know? I think the only game I've ever finished in an afternoon, after getting it in the morning, like I mean sitting down and playing it from start to finish. Sniper Ghost Warrior 2 for the PS3, Xbox 360. I think I had that thing blitzed 4 or 5 hours. I never intended to finish it in one go, but I just... I guess I just got on a roll or something like that and just done it, which left me disappointed because I thought it would have been at least a little longer than a couple of hours at least. And then, yeah, on the flip side of that, you've got games that can reach into the hundreds of hours of gameplay and you haven't even scratched the surface. And when that happens, it's like, depending on what your life is like at the time, it may not be worth putting those hundreds of hours in, and maybe you just want to play something you could finish in the afternoon. Like I said, it's a balancing act for the most part.
I am a fool. Lenora has returned, a ghoulish, screeching, drooling thing. She watches without seeing, through blind eyes older than time. I keep her restrained for her own benefit. In rare moments, she is herself again, and begs that I set her free. It is a ruse, as I have already learned to my cost. Yet these fleeting instances give me cause for hope. We're close, my love, so close. I must go. She is hungry.
By the sounds of it, him bringing her back didn't work out too well. Once again, I ask, raise your hands if you did see that one coming. Very good.
2x4.
Lenora slipped her chains once more last night. I found her at dawn on the outskirts of Arkham. Her face bloodied, her beautiful ivory wedding gown stained black with gore. And this time, clutched tightly in her hands, were the shattered remains of a porcelain doll. Oh, God. The children.
And you still think it's a good idea to bring her back? Maybe it's time to let her go.
From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Cambridge, 1866. What devilry is this? I have been sent to Cambridge on a wild goose chase by Arkham's magistrate. I cannot shake this dread feeling deep in my heart that something is terribly amiss.
Maybe they knew something about Lenore. That's her name, isn't it? Looks like I don't know if you've been watching the past episodes or not, but it looks like we finally found the heart of the house. We saw it earlier when we were going through the mansion. I think it was the last episode anyway. There it is, hanging up there. And you know the only reason why we're in this room.
Give me more blood.
So I've just noticed that. Yep. Unfortunately, I will have to blur that one. Like I've said in the past, you'll probably be able to find the uncensored pictures somewhere online. But not here. I'm sorry. Take it up with the higher ups. What was I going to say? I actually had a brain lapse there. I really didn't know what I was going to say. Remember saying anyway. I'm actually generally trying to rethink what I was going to say. Yeah, it's not coming back to me. If I can't remember, it must have not been worth the time. Ooh, that was a good bug right there.
Rip them apart!
You know, thinking about it, I'd love to see a Splatterhouse movie. I know it probably wouldn't work, but it'd be an interesting concept that I'd like to see somebody tackle. I wouldn't have any writers in mind or directors or anything like that, or even a studio I would like to see it take on, but I don't know, it'd be an interesting take because of the, like, with the fact that superhero movies do the whole, the biggest thing around, that it'd be interesting if you marketed it as a superhero movie, just on the extremely gory end, sort of like Deadpool.
Gooey. Come on, chop, chop, chop! You need more power. You need more meat. Take out the columns.
Nope. Well, I didn't know what he means by the columns.
I'll take it from here.
"6 o'clock. Too exhausted to sleep. The sun rises. Today, as every other. Yet something has forever changed. I feel not its warm embrace. I cannot yet make sense of this madness. I write this account of last night, only to convince myself of its irrevocable outcome. My heart is dead.
Very poetic.
Lenora is no more.
Lenora.
The house is dying. Portal. I can't stop it.
And with that, we've come to another intermission. I hope you enjoyed yourself as I have enjoyed myself. And until the next showing, good night.